I'm Gracie Helwig, and I've been given the gift of a lifetime in being Annie's baby sister. And it's really a gift, because as you all know, Annie is one of the most loving, generous, and genuine people out there. She doles out advice with an extra helping of encouragement, which I always needed, and grows freely in a way that makes those around her want to be brave and bold too. Growing up, my brother Daniel and I often called Annie the golden child because she was not only good, but gifted. She was the ultimate student, organized and efficient, collecting medals and awards like she was Michael Phelps. But amongst all the achieving, she was also fully herself. In high school, alongside her roommate, Carissa Barney, she would waltz into English class, surely to turn in what would be an A+ paper, with a cup of bacon in hand. Annie loves bacon, so on the rare days that it was offered at our high school, she would fix herself a big cup and take it with her. Annie loves bacon. In fact, she doesn't discriminate. She loves all meat like a true Kansas City native. So when the time came for me to meet this man who had started to mean so much to her, Cooper, it made perfect sense that we would go to the Peanut and smash some wings. I called my mom after it and spoke with my dad and Gail and said it's like Annie is more fully herself, more comfortable with her own goofiness. I'm grateful you two have a love that is abundant in laughter and bacon. So, in honor of the golden couple, I've got some bacon for you right here. So I believe Aiden has brought some with him. So go ahead and enjoy that. Because you're a couple that's not only gifted, but goofy. All right, now the first time I really got to spend some time with Cooper was in Cleveland for Annie and I's cousin Shannon's wedding with Steve. And Cooper and Annie came together, and I brought along with me my boyfriend, Christian. And you see, it was 2014, and the Royals were in the playoffs. That particular weekend, they were matched up against the Orioles. My boyfriend is from Maryland. So the two boys agreed very cordially to be roommates, while Annie and I shared another hotel room. And we spent the weekend loving our baseball and our family, watching baseball on our cell phones at the table at the reception. So by the way, it's only natural that that wedding was in Cleveland and now the Indians are currently playing. So cheers for that. And the Cubs. Okay. But what was truly amazing that weekend, amongst all the baseball, was that these two guys stood by their teams. Cooper, as you would suspect, because of his magnetic personality, still hit it off with Christian. And sure enough, in the middle of watching one of the games in our hotel rooms, the boys vanished for a few minutes and came back in their respective team's gear. They threw their arms around each other and insisted a photograph be taken. And to me, that's what Cooper is all about. He knows his team, and he is loyal. But there's always room for more people to be included. And I would say that for the whole Merrill family. So on behalf of our family, thank you. Thank you for making room for us. I'm so excited for you two, Cooper and Annie, to keep showing the world what it means to team up. Always root for the home team, and to practice good sportsmanship through it all. And so, I believe Kern here has some Cracker Jacks for you. Because none of us care if we ever get back, and we'll be rooting for you two all along. So now let's get serious. Baseball and bacon may reveal a little about who you two are together, but the thing that truly defines your relationship is your belief. Above all else, you two believe that God is good, gracious, and generous. This truth emanates from each of you as you move together about the world. You two show people that God is good, in how you extend gratitude to one another in small moments and in large moments. reminding those around you that everything, including all of this, is a gift from God. You two show people that God is generous in how you forgive freely and seek forgiveness humbly. Neither of you act like you've got it all figured out. You're totally comfortable admitting that you're human and we're all a little messy. So each of you love from a place of humility that is not just humility but understanding, and extend mercy that is not just mercy but compassion. And finally, you two show people that God is generous by operating from a stance of abundance instead of scarcity. You give to everyone you meet like nothing will run out, because God's love has never run out on you two. Through Jesus Christ, there has always been more than enough: grace, love, and mercy. So on behalf of so many of us, thank you for being a couple that reminds us of God's goodness. My hope for you two when you wake up tomorrow morning and realize that you've had a party and a wedding, is that you have a marriage. Woohoo! Is that you will continue to show the world that because of Christ, it is possible in all the messiness of life for love to endure, for love stories to be long, and for marriage to be a source of great joy, laughter, and abundant life. So it's with hope for a future that exceeds all expectations, because God is capable of far more than we could have ever anticipated. We raise our glasses to you, Annie and Cooper. Cheers.
Cheers. Hold on. Yes. Somebody say my name. All right. Here we are. I'm Cooper's older brother, Bo. For those of you who don't know me, I'm not the best public speaker, so bear with me. Okay? I wrote out the speech, so I'm going to be reading and trying to convey the message that I intended. So here we go. Annie and Coop, I am so excited for you guys. This day has finally come, and I hope you can enjoy this moment. Take a deep breath, take a mental snapshot, and realize how blessed you two really are. Annie, we're going to start with you. First of all, we are really impressed, primarily because you wrangled a wild horse. A wild horse that some may say was one of the toughest wilder horses to wrangle in the whole farm. A horse who so lovingly referred to you as Dave the first year or so of your relationship. A horse still living in a pseudo frat house with a bar in the dining room. A horse still staying up to the wee hours of the morning during the week playing Nintendo 64 with the other wild horses. A horse who proudly hangs all of his Trivia Night awards above the fireplace. Side note, winning the Twin Cities Tavern Trivia, I'm pretty sure is the same as like winning the award for the coolest kid at chess club. It's really not that hard. And I can make that joke. I can make that joke because I was in chess club at some point in my life. We all know though, Coop, that even though the wild horse, Annie, the wild horse put up a little bit of a fight to settle down, he really down deep was looking, waiting, and wanting to be wrangled by a blonde little filly. And so here we are. Annie, we're so excited to have you as a sister, a family member. You won our stamp of approval very quickly. We are especially impressed because of how swiftly you earned a stamp of approval from one of the tougher stamps to earn in the family. We all know this to be Mums' stamp of approval. Aren't I right, Rob Merrill? Yes. Still earning that stamp of approval to this day. Just kidding. You not only won Mums' stamp, but won in very timely fashion. I'm pretty sure if Mums had it her way, You would have been married about 2 years ago. I remember some lecture over Christmas about cantaloupes or something to that effect. Nobody else will get that except them, but it's kind of an awkward deal. Anyway, that was very impressive how you read that statement approval. But seriously, Annie, you won us all over by your incredibly sweet and caring heart, your great attitude in any given situation, your incredible work ethic, working 2 jobs, tirelessly making it look easy. I love your genuineness, your heart for Jesus. I've gotten to see the last 4 months of what kind of aunt you're going to be, and I can say Deacon is lucky to have you as an aunt. In general, we are all lucky to have you in the Merrill clan. You definitely bring us up as a whole by at least 17 percentage points. Lastly, Cooper is the luckiest in that you were still unaccounted for when he met you and got to make you his wife. Woo! Cooper Drake Merrill. Here we are at your wedding. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? Okay. For those of you who don't know Cooper, let me try to encapsulate him for you in a brief time period, which is going to be hard to do. Coop is a unique individual with a mind some might say is, well, odd. If you want proof, just go look at any of our family pictures or any of our pictures growing up. Some faces that you would say were so odd yet so hilarious. Those of you who were at the rehearsal dinner saw a few of them. I don't think Christian really did him justice because I'd say 90% of his picture was real off kilter. But he found the 10% last night, so good for you, Christian. I just remember countless times growing up where we'd be doing something as a family that we're supposed to be really serious.